Hello, special friends. Welcome to Best Linux Games Podcast video component. This is being recorded on March 8th, 2017, so 2017-03-08. We're doing 7 Days to Die this week. I'm not sure if it's going to end up as a feature in the actual audio-only podcast. We do it every week. I think we're up to, this will be episode 124. But I do want to feature this game because I've been playing it this week. I came late to 7 Days to Die. Specifically, what I want to record here. This is like the third or fourth time I've gone to the seventh day. Whole premise of 7 Days to Die, and the reason why we're not jumping right into the game is because I have like 2 minutes before. 2.5 minutes before the shit happens. The premise of 7 Days to Die, it's a cross between if Minecraft, Zombie Apocalypse, and what was the other game I was thinking of? Shit. It's like Minecraft and Zombie Apocalypse had a baby. So the premise is like, you spawn, you're naked, and zombie hordes. You're in the wilderness. You have to craft clothes, tools, weapons, find shelter. At night, zombies go hyper aggro. At night, like they're faster, meaner, greater numbers. And they get steadily more difficult as you go on. You have 7 days of game time before the first the 8th morning happens, which is absolute apocalypse, which is what you're going to see now. If you survive the night and make it to the 8th morning, so 6 a.m., 8th morning, you get to keep doing it all over again. One cool thing about the game is if you die, this is actually a really pretty cool, I think it's a cool system. When you die, when you get killed in the game, you drop your bag, which appears on the radar or whatever, so you can get back to it. You respawn, but you have, it docks you 10 points on your health and on your stamina. So if you see in the bottom left there, I got 47 out of 94, 94 out of 94 for the health. When I die, and I fully intend to die, even though this is my best defense, my best attempt so far at Zombie Impregnable Fortress, more or less, quote unquote, I totally expect to get overrun and just annihilated. When I die, it'll be like 84 and 84. And then you can boost that up. There's also a whole role-playing game element. So it's kind of like Fallout and Minecraft had a baby, raised it in a zombie apocalypse daycare center. And that's 7 Days to Die. It's an older game, but it's still in alpha. And I think they're still actually actively working on it. It is super fun. So here we go. I'm gonna take you on a little tour, and we're gonna see the apocalypse, the poppyclips. So, I didn't build all of this. I found this structure. Oh God, literally. Oh God. Interesting theological questions. I barricaded this. I upgraded all these walls and stuff to like fake concrete. I don't have a gun yet. You can make guns and ammo and stuff like that. Yeah, you see, notice the redness. Yeah, it's the theological implications of this game are very interesting. Oh yeah, benevolent divinity? I don't know. Anyway, I have a super zombie escape place up here, but anyway, you can kind of see down there that I dug like a little trench with spikes, and those go all the way around the house. I guess we got 2 more minutes, but there's nothing really to show you inside without breaking down my own wall. I can't get back up here. That's by design. Because when the horde comes, they're going to fucking tear this place apart. If my last experience was any indication. Cool thing about 7 Days to Die, I hate tower defense games. This game is not a tower defense game. They're here. Hello. Can't even hit them. Looks like they wasted themselves on the spikes, so that's good. Looks like they're having a hard time with those spikes. Let's hope that holds up. Gotta last about 12 minutes. The time in game isn't 1-to-1. It's not like 1 second per every minute. Fucking flaming zombie. Oh god. Looks like our defenses are about to be breached over there. You can see what's going on over here. Oh boy. Fucking zombies, man, I'm telling you. But a lot of the game is not really spent dealing with these guys. I mean, they're everywhere, more or less, but in not that great a density. And if you're, if you're careful when you're foraging and stuff, you can generally, and you don't go foraging at night, generally oh my god. Generally, you can handle zombies. They are very, very deadly. Even with like basic armor and stuff that you can craft, they are still very, very deadly. It only takes one zombie to really kill you, especially at the beginning. Looks like they've torn up the spikes pretty bad down there. I don't know how durable those spike pits are. Looks like they're kind of operating with impunity, so it's probably only a matter of time before they... get to really breaking down those walls. And it only takes one breach, really, for them to start swarming in en masse. And the game... oh, boy. Yeah, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Brains! Oh, boy. The one time that I really... done this as close to effectively as because I didn't read any facts or anything. Like I didn't. Oh, we need to repair our shit here. We got 101 arrows. That's not bad. Okay. We're gonna have to kill all these motherfuckers though, because when we die, our shit's gonna be here. Oh boy. Who built those posts there? Oh, that was me, wasn't it? That guy's an idiot. He should be fired. So, the one time that I've, like, really done this before, I was totally unprepared for the horde. And I only died twice, which was kind of cool. What the fuck is that? Zombie with a backpack. See, the punchline is the lucky ones are dead. See, because they're alive again and they're dead. Brains. We're gonna run out of arrows here. This could be very bad. If we run out of ammo, it would be very, very bad. It would be apocalyptically bad. So yeah, it looks like we kind of have this a little bit handled. It takes a lot of time to dig out these kinds of pits and build these defenses and stuff. Oh yeah, so going back to the tower defense, I've heard of this game being described as tower defense. It's nothing like tower defense, except for the fact that you have limited amounts of daylight in which you can actually work on building your fortifications. And then every 7th day, this happens. Like, the horde really comes after you. So, the idea is, balancing the material necessities of, keeping yourself fed, water, food, etc., all of which have very realistic challenges associated with them. Like, for instance, zombies are attracted by smell, so running around with, deer meat or whatever draws them in. Cooking deer meat at night seems to draw them in. You have to keep that shit in a container and stuff like that. There's temperature considerations. Like right now, if we go to where is it? Feels like 63 degrees Fahrenheit. Food, water, we're okay. You can starve pretty much and be all right. But like, if you get like attacked and injured by like, even like in the desert, when you spawn in the desert, like if you run into a cactus the wrong way, you can get an infection that will, eventually, without antibiotics, will kill you. You can get food poisoning. All sorts of very realistic simulation kind of stuff that make this a very cool survival experience, even without the zombies. The zombies are a nice mechanism. If you're a big fan of Minecraft, like I was, I like the survival aspect of Minecraft, which always made it fun to start a new game, more or less. And then eventually I started running my own humongous server. I Has the Craft, fondly remembered by at least half a dozen people. But I was attracted to the survival aspects of Minecraft, and then, eventually the building aspects of it were kind of appealing. But I really like the survival idea. This uses the zombies as an effective mechanism to force you into like a real survival situation in which it's an adversarial relationship with you and nature. Which is pretty cool. It could just as easily, though, be any type of enemy. It could be demons. It could be just crazy mercenaries, post-apocalyptic mercenaries. There's a lot of different ways they could have made the same game. So zombies are scarier, and they come in a wide variety of flavors and strengths, depending on your environment, especially at the beginning. Like, lumberjack zombies are fuckers to kill. And they appear in the snow areas, and they're different climates and etc. Huge amounts of craftable stuff. Huge amounts of craftable shit. I don't even think I have a forge yet, which is crazy in this life. But yeah, you can make a blunderbuss ammo, and then you find gun parts, and you can make and modify your own guns, and then you can mine your own materials for gunpowder. You can scavenge for brass and lead and stuff like that, which you can use in forges and stuff, blah, blah, stuff that I haven't really done too much of, at least none in this life. And I don't know if you can really, I don't know how much of that stuff you can actually mine. But I do know you can scavenge like motherfucker. Cars are great. Oh, it's so quiet. And when you're inside, like, the sounds of these motherfuckers, even when it's not the 7th day, it gets under your nerves, it gets under your skin. It's pretty intense and scary. Looks like we've mounted a pretty effective defense so far. That guy's a climber, aren't you? What's up with you, buddy? And managing your defense is actually like an intelligent, strategic kind of thing. You have to really learn what zombies like and figure out your own routines. Like I designed this place so that there really is no entrance that faces where I spend my time in my base, because once they sense you, oh yeah, stealth, I'm being hunted, of course. It'd be so great if these are like the last two guys that I have to kill. Because I think I'm probably going to be running out of arrows here soon. 51, yeah. And this guy, my character right now, is not very good with melee weapons. So yeah, and there's a skill tree. Not a skill tree. There's it's kind of similar to the perk system in Fallout 2, but every level you get a certain number of points, and you can spend them on these. Some of the core skills require 10 points per level. Others, you can just upgrade piecemeal, like 1% at a time. Very similar to Fallout 2, which is great. Fallout 2 is the best video game ever made, in my humble opinion. Still, it's in my book, Blue Wizard's About to Die. It said this is the best video game ever made. That was over 13 years ago, and I am totally prepared to say that Fallout 2 is still the reigning champion. This game incorporates a lot of the best elements of Fallout 2 in terms of the way you manage your character, level up, and it's not a perk system per se, but it kind of has that built into it, and it's a deep, deep skill tree. And you can learn skills from books and stuff like that. Like you can learn how to you can learn how to make certain items and weapons from schematics, and then they'll appear in your available craftable recipe stuff. There is a huge multiplayer community for this game still. I'm thinking about starting a server. Maybe we'll see how. We'll see if I'm still into it next week. But I've already logged 40 hours. In 1 week of 7 Days to Die, and it's not the most beautiful game in the world. Whoa, as my voice cracks, want to get a cheeseburger? Not the most beautiful game in the world, but it is huge and functionally beautiful. Like, there's a lot of stuff in this game, and a lot of depth to everything. Like, whether or not, like a car, for instance, if you have a wrench, you can take apart the car, and blah blah blah. If you have only like a stone hatchet, you can take apart the car that way too, but you're not, blah 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 blah. Lots of detail has gone into the gameplay, more so than the graphics, but the graphics are totally fine, and at times occasionally strikingly beautiful. That's a lake over there. It's red hell mode right now, so you're not gonna it's not the most dynamic at this moment because it's apocalypse time, but if we stick around till I think I'm gonna end the video here. Oh, look at that pretty skybox. But yeah, and there's weather effects too, and temperature considerations. Deserts are a motherfucker. Different biomes have different resources that are more prominent. Everything generally, though, on the, I don't know how you pronounce it, Navsgain. It's supposed to be in Arizona, which is kind of cool. I'm in Las Vegas. My family is from Yuma, Arizona. So if you know the southwest of the United States, this is a pretty good thumbnail summation of it. Like, there'll be giant map grids. You can't really see. Oh, let's look at the map. See where I haven't really gone anywhere in this game, in this life. Yeah, I said that's the extent of my explorations. That's that guy right there is the trader. So there is like an economy in the game, and I haven't jumped on any servers yet, but I'm thinking about it. So you can't really tell from this, but the biomes intersect, and they're all different kinds of biomes. There's snow biomes, desert biomes, forest biomes, wasteland biomes that are like all burnt out, blah. The climate plays a huge role in the game. You can die of, heat exposure. You can get heat stroke, and that can kill you. Like if you get like 130 degrees, you have to take off all your fucking clothes. You have to get water. You have to get inside. You have to cool down. You have to do anything you can to cool down. Generally in the desert, I just fucking die. You can freeze to death. And your stamina is a really cool thumbnail sketch. It's a great simplification for a lot of these gameplay dynamics to really have meaningful consequences. Also, food, hunger, and hydration, absolutely essential. You can get dysentery. You can get food poisoning. You can get food, thank God, does not, you don't need to keep it fresh. Like, there's no expiration date. But, like, some food is more, you can get food poisoning, like where like snowberry poisoning or just like bad ham sandwiches. Right now, it looks like we're gonna make it, guys. So it's really a lot of shit to handle, and as you can see, there are all these different clothing types. There's like chest armor, and then chest shirt. All different kinds of stuff. Then you can make armor. I just have like shitty clothing right now that I made by hand mostly. Plant fiber pants, shit like that. Really, really, really super, super cool. And then of course there's the loot. Like you get to kill and loot and scavenge and scrounge and survive the zombie apocalypse. Just like, oh hey buddy, you are a brainiac. This is the smartest zombie I've ever seen. He is the greatest mind of his generation. Unfortunately, brains. What do we want? Brains. When do we want them? Brains. That is from an NPR story I heard about this guy who is a college professor. He teaches semiotics of semiotic significance. Let's have some whiskey here. 6 o'clock in the morning. We live another day for another 7 days. Cheers. So that's our 7 days to die. I know it's not much to look at. I just really wanted to... Let's clean up real fast. I know we're going to need an axe here because I barricaded us in pretty good. Oh, God, way too good. And the actual building of stuff, you can build your own base, like, from scratch and shit if you want, but it's way better to appropriate a structure, at least to start with. The first 7 days, you're going to want to appropriate a structure while you just get your shit together. Because you have to learn how... not just learn, but you have to like actually gather the materials. So this is like my downstairs. This is an information center. Hello. Let's make sure that he's the only one. Oh, they tore the fuck out of this place. Those spikes are going to be difficult to replace. Looks like those guys held up pretty well, but it looks like all the action was over here. Anyway... my name is Skooky Sprite. Find me on Steam. Friend me on Steam. SKOOKIESPRITE. Skooky Sprite. I don't know how to spell my own name. Find me here at the Information Center. Check out our website, www.bestlinuxgames.com, where we do a weekly audio-only podcast covering only the best games available for the GNU/Linux operating system. Freeze and freedom, not freeze and beer. It's been 7 days to die. Looks like we actually managed to... we totally lived through that. That was crazy. We got a lot of shit to do. A lot of stuff to repair here. But I'm pleased with the overall performance of this base. Of course, 7 days from now, it's going to be harder. The Horde is hungry. Let me just take you over here to the water real fast. Just to show you that it's not all just constantly red. See, that's pretty. And it's very effective. And as a simulation, it's really cool. Loot a bird's nest. Oh, thank God. We need feathers. Feathers make arrows. And arrows make dead zombies. Anyway, audio only podcast, Best Linux Games podcast. Every weekend, www.bestlinuxgames.com. Cheers. I will. Brains!